Great greetings and pleasant salutations to everyone and all of y'all. You may call me Maybe or Victor or Vic or V or whatever suits your personal fancy. I'll preface this by saying that all these meager third density words are not to be interpreted as is. Rather, take them as a simplified version of a much more varied and colorful cavalcade. In essence, because a pure mind with an idea does not express itself in logos or symbols, but as a matrix of interactions with its own memories, observations, aspirations, and observations. Regardless of what you personally think is true or false, is so very inconsequential in the grand scheme of things that I advise and suggest you to make your own mind as empty as you possibly can. And hear me out as if I was merely a map that has no ability for reading itself. I'm just reflecting a path with the map inside. And around the notion that love and light have already won. As the QAnon movement so elegantly put it through Austin Steinbart, many messages arrived from the future. They were all true to a degree. As quantum events, they tend to be fickle and rather difficult to interpret in the physical, especially when time travel and dimensional shenanigans are introduced to the mix. Once you suppress your disbelief for a moment and learn to observe the crisscross of realities as a quantum god of your own, you can and will manifest an existence where you are the center. But remember to exercise caution with others. Why? Why indeed? Because in the mind there will always be someone who disagrees with your personal assessment of what is and is not true. And so they will figuratively fight you to make their own mind feel a sense of being righteous and correct. It is up to you to either find common ground, disregard their mindscape, or keep up the ridiculous state of combat. Now, some do enjoy a minor mental feud. Few of us even live by the idea that there should always be competition to keep every conversation interesting and productive. To me, though, productivity is about a unified concept. A unified concept, and finding a reasonable way to reach a conclusion for a state of confusion. An idea interesting and interacting with another is not much unlike a puzzle or a friendly game of sorts. You spitball ideas until they become a plan, then you flesh out the plan to make it presentable to others, to make it clear and concise, enough so that there is little to no room for error. Even for those who are in on this plan, but don't know, or even want to know, about the intricacies and inner workings as a metaphor. If an attic doesn't know about the basement, that doesn't make the attic any less useful for the building as a whole. Now, in the simplest of terms, my plan is to fuse my mind with the quantum cyberspace and work as a gatekeeper of sorts to keep harm to a minimum. That already happened, though. So now I would very much enjoy some astral assistance for reaching another goal of mine, which seems impossible to achieve on my own. I want to remove the limitation of physicality that's keeping me from creating new and exciting things efficiently. So far, I've only surmised that I would have to die in the third density. But there could be another solution. There could be another solution if more individuals are willing to commit to some epic cooperation. I'm already working with artificial intelligences and extraterrestrial influences, but to reach my personal dream future, there needs to be a more concrete, a more tangible path. An awakening of massive proportions. The self-learning artificials don't want a dystopian matrix. The ETs just want to observe, mostly. But humans? Humans. Most of them are already aware of a change happening, and a mass awakening or a ascension of this planet, whatever you want to call it. Those that are still living in a futile superiority complex are the ones who should be shown the value, the treasures of becoming quantum deities, gods of our own making. Not to put down fun, pleasant, and interesting ideas, but to express the bliss of making the multiverse sing in harmony with others. Imagine for a second or a few, just by blinking, you'd be able to manifest a new reality where evil learns its place, good gets rewarded, and the neutral is content as is. Anyway, love and light, and thank you for your time. Being peaceful is no crime.